In the realm of 80s rock, the name Guns N' Roses conjures images of wild performances, raw energy, and a persona that seemed larger than life. They were the embodiment of rock and roll excess, a band that left an indelible mark on the music scene. But behind the public facade lay a complex interplay of motivations and pressures that drove the band to both dizzying heights and tumultuous lows. What was it that Guns N' Roses appeared to be chasing with such fervor? At the core of their public persona, there seemed to be an insatiable desire for authenticity, a yearning to prove that their music and their message were genuine, undiluted by the corporate machinery that often stifles artistic expression. This drive can be mapped onto the Enneagram, where we see a blend of Type 4's intense need for individuality and Type 8's relentless pursuit of control and power. Type 4s are known for their deep sense of uniqueness and yearning for an identity that sets them apart, while Type 8s seek autonomy and often rebel against any force that threatens to constrain them. For Guns N' Roses, this manifested in a public image that was both rebellious and introspective, a reflection of their need to be seen as both authentic and unyielding. The ecosystem that shaped Guns N' Roses was fraught with challenges. The music industry of the 80s was a double-edged sword, offering both opportunities and pitfalls. The fame machine rewarded the band's raw, unfiltered style, but it also imposed a relentless pressure to maintain their image. Behind the scenes, the band members were navigating a complex web of relationships with each other, with industry executives, and with the voracious media that often painted them in extremes. Within the band, the dynamics were equally intricate. Axl Rose, the enigmatic frontman, often took on the role of the firebrand, his explosive personality both a catalyst for their success and a source of internal conflict. Slash, with his iconic top hat and virtuoso guitar skills, seemed to embody the spirit of the artist, providing a counterbalance to Axl's volatility. Their relationship, a mix of creative synergy and personal tension, mirrored the archetypal hero and shadow dynamic, with each pushing the other towards their artistic zenith, yet also drawing out the shadow aspects of their personalities. The public saw a band that was unapologetically raw, but beneath the surface, there was an emotional mask that each member wore. The image that the audience adored was a carefully constructed facade, a necessary shield against the vulnerabilities and insecurities that the limelight often exacerbated. The fame machine had created a role that the band members had to inhabit, one that demanded they suppress their personal struggles to maintain the mythos of the untouchable rock star. Yet the gifts that fueled Guns N' Roses' meteoric rise also became a trap. The same authenticity that set them apart became a source of pressure, as the expectations of both the industry and their fans grew ever more demanding. The need to constantly prove their worth, to validate their identity through their art, became a double-edged sword, with the very drive that brought them success also sowing the seeds of discord and burnout. As we peel back the layers of Guns N' Roses' public persona, we invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt the need to don a mask to meet the expectations of those around you? Perhaps you've played a role that others adore, yet feels at odds with your true self. These patterns are not confined to the world of rock and roll. They are universal aspects of the human experience, where the desire for acceptance can sometimes clash with the quest for authenticity. When we explore the psychology of a band like Guns N' Roses, we're also examining the interplay of collective and individual psyches under immense pressure. Axl Rose, as the Enneagram Type 4, often grapples with the core desire to find and express his unique identity and the fear that he has no personal significance. This creates an internal drama where his need for authenticity and differentiation can clash violently with the external demands of fame. His creative genius, burning with the intensity of 1,000 suns, naturally draws people in, but it also sets the stage for inevitable conflicts. These conflicts often arise from the shadow side of the Type 4, where feelings of inadequacy and envy manifest as dramatic outbursts, pushing others away even while craving deeper connection. Axl's journey becomes a complex ballet of reaching out and pulling back, a dance that Slash, the archetypal artist in Enneagram Type 9, must navigate with caution. Slash, in contrast, often seeks harmony and peace, sometimes at the cost of voicing his own needs. His core fear of conflict and disconnection can lead him to suppress his frustrations, storing them in the depths of his unconscious. This suppression can erupt unexpectedly, creating tension within the band, particularly with a frontman as intense as Axl. Slash's growth spiral involves moving towards the assertiveness of a healthy Type 3, channeling his creativity and peacekeeping into proactive communication and collaboration. The hero and shadow dynamic between Axl and Slash is not merely a narrative trope, but a psychological reality that plays out in both their music and their interpersonal interactions. The hero, in his quest for glory, must confront the shadow parts of himself, often mirrored back to him by his closest companions. For Axl, the shadow is a reflection of his insecurities, projected onto Slash, whose laid-back demeanor can feel both supportive and dismissive, igniting Axl's fear of being misunderstood or unseen. Meanwhile, the ecosystem of Guns N' Roses is akin to a microcosm of society itself, where each member plays a vital role that influences the collective psyche. Izzy Stradlin, the enigmatic rhythm guitarist, embodies the shapeshifter archetype, moving fluidly between roles within the band. His presence offers a grounding influence, but also introduces uncertainty, as his withdrawal from the band leaves a void that disrupts the group's delicate balance. Duff McKagan, the bassist, represents the mentor archetype, providing stability and guidance through turbulent times. His Enneagram. Type 8 personality shines through in his protective instincts and drive for control, yet his growth involves tempering his intensity with vulnerability, learning to lead not just through strength, but also through empathy and understanding. These dynamics unfold within the larger context of a music industry that both idolizes and exploits. The band members find themselves caught in a perpetual cycle of creation and destruction, each album a testament to their collective struggles and triumphs. The pressures of maintaining relevance and artistic integrity are amplified by a culture that prizes image over substance, pushing each member to grapple with the existential question of what it means to be true to oneself. In their music, Guns N' Roses channels these internal conflicts, transforming personal pain into universal anthems. Songs like November Rain and Sweet Child O' Mine resonate because they capture the paradox of longing and loss, the yearning for connection amidst inevitable separation. The band's ability to weave raw emotion into their art speaks to a shared human experience, where the search for meaning and belonging transcends individual differences. Underneath the chaotic exterior, there is a profound narrative of growth and self-discovery. Each member of Guns N' Roses embarks on a hero's journey, confronting their inner demons and striving towards individuation, a concept central to Jungian psychology. The journey is fraught with setbacks and revelations as they move through the labyrinth of fame, addiction, and personal transformation. The lessons gleaned from their story extend beyond the confines of rock and roll, inviting us all to examine the masks we wear and the personas we project. In this exploration, we find that the path to authenticity is a courageous venture into the unknown, where embracing one's shadow can illuminate the way to true selfhood. Through Guns N' Roses, we see a reflection of our own battles with identity and acceptance, reminding us that the pursuit of our authentic selves is a lifelong endeavor, marked by moments of brilliance and bouts of darkness.